Welcome everyone to another video from Midian Gaming. Today we're doing another passion of mine, and that is Dead CCGs. If you don't know, I run the Dead CCG group, Facebook group in Australia. And yeah, just trying to get people together to talk about the games and see if they're still playing. Now, Kult is the one I'm tackling today. If it hasn't been obvious, if it hasn't been on videos, but if you've been in the store and that, I've been spending some time getting all my Kult. Oh, where are we going? Over here. All right, all my Kult starter decks, just been pulling them apart, putting them all in their orders, so alphabetical. This is a booster box. Now, thing is, it is in French. Okay, sobres complementarios, or whatever that means, yeah? So that's how desperate I am to actually have this game. Many moons ago, I bought a whole bunch of French stuff because I couldn't find the English editions. And I've made a spreadsheet up, and we're going to make decks up by the spreadsheet and then print out all the English words and actually stick them on the actual card. So want to play this game. It's a game from 1995 and then had another expansion, Inferno, very hard to get, in 1997. And that was right before the crash of all the card games in the 90s. Around about late 97, 98, we saw the crash, and a lot of card games went the way of the dodo. This is a very specific one, and when we do the plays with this, you're going to see how different it is. There's not much on the internet for Kult, but I believe that it deserves to be. Now, this video is going to go into an opening of this box. Let's see what we get, yeah? All right, everyone, here we have the box. We're just going to open it. Now, the thing with this game, all the rare cards were what we call the Major Arcana. So the game is based on very much a tarot card feel. So if you know tarot cards, you've got the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. So only the Major Arcana, 20 cards, representing the 20 or 10 angels and 10 death angels, or 10 archons and 10 death angels, being 20 in total, were the rare cards. Everything else was an uncommon and common. I opened all those starter decks that you saw previously. So this was a typical deck. Look, it's pretty nice quality. Very gives me a sense of like some type of Swedish type feel, which, you know, with all the death metal and everything that goes on. Now, this card was, I believe, banned in some areas just due to the nature of its content. These days, probably wouldn't even bat an eye, or it would just be normal. So various color cards, I'll just show you. Oh, look at that. So you get some cards and then other ones start coming upside down. That's really weird, isn't it? Maybe that's the way. Oh, look at that. We've even got a miscut through here. Wow. So not sure if you can see that. Miscut. That is crazy. Yeah. So some cards upside down, not sure. And then we're coming back around. It's going to be a very interesting set to see, actually. I'm just wondering whether we get a Major Arcana. Yes, we do. So these are the Major Arcana cards. Okay. Might have to do this standing up. Might actually be better for all of you. All right. So that's a Major Arcana card. That one is Namoth. And you'll see it's a blue border, being a Death Angel. The Archons have a red border, and part of within the game with this, like these have got droplets, or if you, yeah, little droplets. These are see-through ones, so they're neutral. But then there's other ones which, see, that's red droplet. So cannot be played with Namoth. Then if there's a blue one, there we go. Blue can only be played with blue Death Angels, right? And then the various cards mean, like, I believe these are influences. These are these brown ones like this are beings. So we've got more of them, more of them. These are spells, the green ones, dark green ones. I forget what the purple ones are. Like influences, but something else. So I'm just going to start putting them in their orders. And I'll explain also what, a little bit about how the games play. We're not going to do a gameplay in this one, but effectively your guy will stay in the middle there. And you need to make the Celtic cross as you would with tarot cards, okay? So with many of these cards, and this is one that I'm going to have to demonstrate, Celtic cross goes through here. So you've got little stations at each of the points. And then you've got the staff on the side, and that's where a bunch of arrows are here. So this is a location called quarters, or it's all in French, remember? And can only be played on the top or the bottom within what we call the stage. So we've got the cast, which is the staff, and then the stage, which is here. So this can either be played above Nemoth or can be played below. And furthermore, you need these icons in order to pay for it. So that's 2 icons. If you look at Nemoth, has 1, 2, 3 of the eye icons. So any with an eye icon, Nemoth is going to be strong at, and only has 1 crescent moon. All right, so let's see where we get to with this. So if we were looking at that, like could have built up the stage. As you can see, arrows across here. I'll come up. Arrows across here, but also arrows here. So this could effectively be played here, here, or as part of the cast. A very versatile card. However, it does have a skull icon. Nemoth doesn't have a skull icon. However, there is a way that Nemoth can use this card, and that's by taking himself backwards in the game. And the way that's done, the whole object of the game is to have like your staff here, and these cards don't belong here, but we'll just say it's here. And you've got counters out here. Now each person will pretty much move a counter, grab a counter over, and then move it along into there, and then it goes into Namath. When they turn upside down, and it goes to Namath. When Namath gets 5 or 10, wins the game. Okay, certain things will allow me to attack other people's cast or destroy locations, such as spells and spellcasters, or just violent attacks. And yeah, it's a very interesting game. The mechanic that I've not seen anywhere else, and I'd be interested to know if anyone's watching this in regards to any mechanic that exists like this. It's a very unique game, and it really interests me in trying to play it. So my main interest at the moment is to really get enough cards in order to build the deck, or to build various decks, because there are 20 different decks that you can play. And an interesting one in this, 2 people go the same god. Well, they're not gods, archons, or characters. They actually have to switch decks and play with each other's decks. That's an actual rule for the game. Crazy. Right, these ones were upside down. I didn't even get a Major Arcana in this one. That's a bit of a concern. Alright, so not all the boosters have them. So they come with 15 cards each. Some of them are coming upside down, which kind of makes me think that they're probably the uncommons. I would like to see more Major Arcana though, because I am missing 3 of them, and you only need 1 of each of the Major Arcanas, because I'm not looking to keep multiples, and I don't intend on, well, if people are playing with my decks, actually. Alright, so we'll just get these different cards out of the way. If I do the sorting now, it's done. Look at that, another miscut card. Like, how did it get through quality like that? Crazy. Like 30 years old. We've got Deborah, a red. As you can see, red being an Archon, blue being Angel of Death. Now, the Angel of Deaths and the Archons come from two different factions. Why? There used to be a being called the Demiurge, and used to exist within humanity. Now, humans do have a lot of power, so much so that the Demiurge decided to create illusions, the veil, as you would, so that humans were very much like a Matrix type situation, not really understanding what the real world was, and that way they could control the populace by keeping them in this form of reality that they created for them. Another miscut card. Now, the Demiurge had a brother, and the name escapes me right now, but the brother had his own way of doing things, and 10 of his Angels of Death also, like, everyone's got their own agendas, and all the 20 different ones, like the 10 on the Demiurge's side, this side, are pretty bad. But then the guys on this side, the Angels of Death, have a very sorted, like, these are bad, these are worse type thing. And us as humans, living behind the veil, like, we're just puppets to them. We're just little playthings used in order to get ahead with whatever they're doing. Now, the makers of this game, they also had Warzone. So many of the lictors and the Razides and everything from that game are from this as well. This is Kether. I don't believe I've got Kether, so this might be one that brings me down to 2. I'm unsure about that. You know what? I think I do have Kether. Damn. Now, the packaging on this was the old metallic that you don't really find anymore. Not the greatest for the environment, I'm not sure. But back then, it was all about the games, yeah? It wasn't about environment. Oh, gee. Here we go. But this brings back so many memories. Like, I never really got to play it that much, and always wanted to. We've got another Nemoth. But now, that I'm in my position that I am with Midian Gaming, and I get so busy that I need to spend more time. But now I'm, consciously making the time for that. I had someone in the store to help me out doing the stuff. Yeah, so we'll get to do more stuff. I'm promising myself that, or I want to do one video each day next week. And that's going to cover stuff maybe like Kult or some other games, just not the mainstream type stuff, and we'll see where we go with it. I know there's a board game out there called Carnage that I really want to do a video on. Pretty simple little game, overlooked. Wow, look at this one. This is straight out of the box, and it's like anything. I'm not sure whether you can see that, but it's got a just crease in that corner. But we're not here to collect, not here to really sell these. These are French cards. I don't think there's much worth in French cards, especially on the English scene. Very few people are as crazy as me that they're going to print off a whole bunch of English text and stick it onto each individual card. But I want to play the game, and that's what I'm going to do. Alright, we've got Netzach. Ah, that's right. So Netzach. Netzach, otherwise known as Nutsack. Alright. So we're just going to get through this, and I'm going to speed the video up. I'm just going to show at the end what leaders I got. That's really what I'm after, more leaders. All right, let's speed this up. All right, we're down to last 2 packets of cards. I don't think I got any of the... I think I may have got one of the Archons that I'm after. It's pretty disappointing from a full... we're talking about a full box of starters and a full box of boosters. So I will see what these last 2 boosters pull up. But when you get to this stage, you're a little bit well, you're not counting on it, let's just say that. Got Nutsack again. Alright, last one. Now the quality of the cards have a lot to be desired. Not really sure. It just doesn't... Like, they got a certain thickness to it, but it's just not comparable to many of the more quality games. So if you were to take a look at something like Final Fantasy cards or anything like that, there's no comparison. Maybe a bit like the Yu-Gi-Oh cards perhaps in the way they feel, but obviously a different size. This is full size as opposed to mini. Alright, so as you can tell by the deck size or the pile sizes, that the game really does revolve around the beings, and as it should. It's an influence game. Yeah, you're trying to influence people and do things. The commitments, as a matter of fact, I've got the name here now. So where are you? Here we go. So we've got the spells, we've got regions, we've got the Major Arcana, which is here. These are commandments, beings, and influences, okay? So, here we go. We got the Thariel. Alright, not great. So if I go to my spreadsheet and I'm looking for what my Major Arcana that I needed, we needed Chagidiel, we needed Golab, and one more being Tippereth. So, we might have them. Who knows? Let's take a look. We don't need Nutsack, Binar, Ibura, Yesod, Odd. There's Tippereth. I actually believe I've already got Tippereth, so that was interesting that I didn't actually put down as already have. Odd, Malkuth, Chokmar, one that's very hard to get. Nutsack, Odd, Chesed, another Tippereth, Netsack, Bina, Ketha, already had a Ketha, and Gebura. So we needed Tippereth, so that one's done. And now we're after Golab and Chugdiel. Golab and Chugdiel. Now I believe I saw one in there. So we've got Zethariel, Togarini, Samael, Gomichikoth, Samael, Harab Seraph, Golab. There we go. Only one Golab. Wow, how hard was that to find? And then Chugdiel, that's Gamaliel. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Oh, are you serious? Thought I had a Chugdiel. Trying to look one more time. I'm gonna have to look in the set because the name is far too familiar for me not to have seen it. I just can't picture the card, so there's a bit of doubt in my mind either way. Alright guys, that's it. Alright, welcome back. Yes, there's the 2 cards that I add to the collection. There's Golab and there's Tippereth. So I didn't get Chugdiel, or whatever his name is, the blood-soaked god. Not available anywhere on the net. And round about anywhere between a 6 and 10 pound card for some reason. So yeah, obviously very hard to get. I do have another starter box and another starter deck to do. Got a few cards now though, and you can only have 3 in a deck of any one particular card. And the author of it, Mr. Winter, I forgot his first name. Oh my goodness. He actually gave recommendations of cards to limit and which cards to ban as well. So some cards only 1 in a deck. Well, and that's what I'm going to go with, Brian Winter. So yeah, that's just a quick intro to the Kult cards. I can do it a little bit better, but I wanted to open a box, and if I was going to do it, it was going to be on a video. I might go through the differences of the cards in a little bit more depth and show some play in it. And I also want to get into the role-playing game as well and introduce what Kult's about. It is a great scene, a great like Vampire has its world of darkness, Kult has its own world behind the veil. Yeah, so just want to introduce it. It was a game that didn't really get much ground just due to the nature of, well, look at it, look at that angel within those big scissor vice, you know, put up there on the stocks and that. Yeah, it's, yeah, a lot of the Bible Belt areas wouldn't have this game, and it was just very hard to break in anywhere. I think it did very well in Europe, and yeah, now we're in different times and I'd like to revisit it. Okay, have a great one, guys. Take it easy. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.